you are the basis of men, but the Most High set you up, you know, to actually to rule the earth for a period of time. Okay, your rulership started what? During the time of Alexander the Greek. Okay, then you fell out of rulership during the time of the Holy Roman Empire. Right, you had the pagan Roman Empire, where Edomites were ruling, and then you had the Holy Roman Empire, where Jake was ruling. Okay, and now you came back into power during the time of the Renaissance period, right? Okay, which is around the mid 1300s, all the way up until now. Okay, that's where you did something called iconoclasm. That's destroying the images, the dark images that were in Europe. Okay. And all around the world, these different images that look like Jake, that was when Jake was ruling and whatnot. You destroyed that, and you put up images that look more like yourself. That goes back to the Maccabees, the book of the Maccabees, where it says that the heathen laid open the book of the law and paint the likeness of their images. All right, the Most High already knew what you were gonna do. The Most High already knew you were gonna do that, man. All right. So you're not doing nothing innovative. But at the end of the day, the truth is going to come out. So we don't have to get mad at the fact that Esau's lying about history and whatnot. We don't have to get mad. You know, I get mad sometimes, but really I shouldn't get mad, because at the end of the day, Esau is the Hercule of the world. Okay, if you brothers, you know, around my age and whatnot, and used to watch Dragon Ball Z, then you know who Hercule was, man. When I was a kid, man, I used to hate Hercule, man, because Hercule used to take the credit. He was nothing but a wrestler, a WWE type wrestler. He was, you know, he couldn't even really fight, all right? But the Super Saiyans who had the powers and whatnot, they were defeating the enemies, the evil that came, and he was hiding behind a rock or whatever, scared, okay? But when the cameras would come on, Hercule would take the credit for what the Saiyans were doing. But the Saiyans were being demonized at the same time. So that used to piss me off, man. I used to just be hoping that they'd just kill his ass, man. Okay? Because what? Because what? Because that because he was taking the credit that he shouldn't have been taking. But that's Esau Edom. Esau Edom is the Hercule of the world. Okay? What he's doing is he's lied and put himself in, you know, painted himself in an image that has nothing to do with him. Okay? But the truth, regardless, is gonna come to pass, man. Regardless of what Esau does, man. Regardless of how Esau does things and how much lies he puts out there and how much disinformation he puts out there, the truth is gonna be revealed, man. Okay? Because like the Apostle Aramlab said one time, the truth is like a buoy, all right? And a buoy is something that no matter how far you push it, you can push it down to the depths of the earth, to the depths of the water, excuse me, and it's gonna come right back up to the surface, man. That's what the truth is. Okay? You know, but when Esau hears these truths, he can't handle these truths, man. You know? And a lot of you Israelites can't handle the truth because you're dealing with emotion, you're dealing with the flesh, you're not dealing with what the Most High said, you're not dealing with what the scriptures say, man. And the scripture says that a carnal mind is enmity with the Most High. So that means you're really an enemy of the Heavenly Father. Don't worry about me. You need to change because you're an enemy to the Most High at this particular time based upon your carnality. Okay, and I'm speaking about you Israelites that teach that Deuteronomy 22 is not talking about rape when it is, man. That's exactly what it's speaking about, man. Okay? There's a law for everything in the scriptures. There's a law for every situation. And that situation has to do with if that were to occur. Okay, how do you deal with it? Okay? There's certain cases where you put the man to death. There's certain cases where you put the woman and the man to death. There's certain cases where the man would have to marry the woman. That's if she's not betrothed. Okay? You guys act like that shit never happened in the ancient world. Like that's some new shit. Of course that happened, man. There's plenty examples of that in the scriptures. But you see, it's based upon emotions. Emotions are not going to get you anywhere in this truth. Emotions, what's going to happen with emotions is going to get you killed, man. Just to be straight with you, man. Emotions is going to get you killed. Okay? Because you're going to keep that emotion up until the time when the Most High gets tired of looking at you, right? And then you're gonna be destroyed, man. Okay, so we're really doing we're telling you this out of love, man, so that you might change your ways, man, and stop being so damn emotional. Okay, you know, the scripture says what it says, man. Matter of fact, let me pull that out real quick. Pull that out because we're not gonna shun any part of the scriptures. All the whole book is good, man. Okay, we're not gonna shun any part of it, man, because it doesn't fit with the emotions of the world. We're not gonna shun that. We're gonna read what it says, and even when you read other translations, it tells you, it actually says the word rape in it. Okay, so that's to show you how weak-minded certain people are, man. You know, so you got to put off that weak nature. You know. You have to put off that weak nature. That's the bottom line. You know, and it's not to come at you in a certain way. It's just telling you the truth, man. You know, the scripture says, "Remember yourselves, men." All right, this society doesn't raise men. This society, the mentality of these people, it's not. The majority of people you see out here, these are not men. Okay. And it doesn't raise women either, because these are not real women on this side of the earth either, man. These are just monsters, man. Okay? At the end of the day, all right? This is Deuteronomy 28. You know, start at verse... I'll start at verse 22, okay? And it says, if a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, they shall both be, I'll start at verse 23. It says, if a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto an husband, right, which means to be engaged, and a man find her in the city, Salakia, and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of the city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, Salaki, I'll start at verse 25, I think it's supposed to be at. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die, right? If you force a damsel that is betrothed, right? But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and a betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. So it was like murder, because what? Because she had no say in it, man. She couldn't do anything. Basically, he overpowered her. All right. But unto Salakia, it says, for he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the Salakia. It says lay hold, right? So lay hold means what? Does that mean that you're gonna be going to the movies and no, lay hold means to lay hold. If you lay hold, if you saw somebody that stole something, he lay hold on him, that's forcible. Okay? Let me read that again. It says, if a man find a damsel that is a virgin, right, which is not betrothed, right, which means she's not engaged, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 Salakia. So I gotta take these gloves off to flip and turn the page properly, man. See. Boy, oh boy, man. So you know, once you take off these gloves, man, that cold is gonna flip and start to eat you away, man. Tabernacle. Okay. 50 shekels of silver. You should give unto the father's, the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, as she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. A man shall not take his father's wife, nor discover his father's skirt. So that's it, man. All right, it's the same scenario. The only difference with this one is that the woman was not betrothed. Okay, so therefore, it's not a thing of death. It's a thing of now you have to marry her. Okay, you got to give the father his 50 shekels. That's that's what it is. Okay. You know, but then you got Israelites that get emotional behind that because they grew up in this society. They might have daughters and whatnot. You know, but men in the ancient world, they were strong-minded, man. Okay, they had a lot of testosterone. We're trying to get back to that way. We're trying to get back to the ways of old, man. Okay, the ways of real men. You know, we're trying to get back to that. A lot of you Israelite groups, you're trying to get to the way. You're trying to be a 2020 Israelite, man. You know, a futuristic Israelite, which that doesn't mesh, man. That doesn't mesh with the scriptures. Being a futuristic Israelite, you know, thinking that you're going to switch something to your liking. You know, something that's a little bit more PC. The scripture's not dealing with PC, man. The scripture's not dealing with PC. Okay. Because the scriptures is something that's based upon the ways from the beginning, man. It's not from these ways that Esau's trying to create, which is the ways of the left hand, the ways of wickedness. Okay, this is of the ways from the beginning, man. The way the Most High set it up from the beginning, man. Okay, you know, the way that you can live in harmony, and guess what? In the kingdom, we're not gonna have to do that. So really, we're never going to have to do that ever. Because in the kingdom, we're not going to do it. What does the scripture say? What does Romans 11 say? You know? Or Romans 13, excuse me. It tells you specifically that you can't just do those type of things. You can't just do anything according to the law. Just because it's in the law. It says everything is lawful, but everything is not expedient. All right? Which means what? You have a son that's disobedient, right? You can't stone him. You'll get locked up, man. They'll demonize you, get locked up. Bottom line, all right? You see what I'm saying? You can't have an employee and you give him a certain amount of lashes, and you'll be locked up. You know, and they'll throw the book at you, man. They'll put you under the jail for doing that. But according to the scriptures, you can. Yeah, okay. But we're not, clearly we're not in the kingdom, are we? You see? So that's the point on that, man. That's the point on that. You know, a lot of you Israelites, you need to get out of this 2020 new era mind state. You got to get into the mind state of the scriptures, the mind state that was back then. You see? And that mind state, that was a rough mind state. There were certain things I can't. I'm like, oof. I kind of, oof. But guess what? My spirit is telling me, nah, fuck that, bro. That's the flesh talking, man. That's the flesh talking, because that's the way. That's the right way, man. The way we've been growing up all this time, but we've been indoctrinated to think was wrong. It's not so. Because first of all, how can someone that's wicked tell you what's right, man? Someone that's wicked can't tell you what's right. He can be right too. A broken clock can be right 2 times a day, but the majority of the time, that broken clock is wrong, man. You know? Here's the 2 Peter's 3:13. It says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. That's what we're looking for, man. We're looking for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. Okay? You know? So that's when we're going to be able to execute the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. In this kingdom, where dwelleth wickedness, all right, where the wicked is ruling, we can't do that. You know? You see, does not the scripture speak about turning of things upside down, being esteemed as the potter's clay? That's what Esau has done. He's turned everything upside down, man. So the ways of the Edomites are going to be esteemed as the potter's clay. It's going to be of no value. It's going to be proven to be the wrong way. Okay, while the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to be proven to be the right way. All right, that's the bottom line, man. Okay, so you jakes that can't get with the program, you jakes that can't seem to understand or to fathom why we think that way or why we do it that way. That's because the Most High hasn't opened up your mind yet. Okay, he hasn't opened up your mind. He's really you're in that blinded state that King David was speaking about, man. Because you can't really receive the truth. Really, it's a stumbling block to you, man. The Most High put that in front of you, and that was a stumbling block unto you. So lest the Most High have mercy on you and allow you to see it, you're gonna keep stumbling over that, man. You know, the Most High sets up stumbling blocks to trip certain people up. You know, and what you don't seem to see is by you being emotional, not being able to accept certain things, right? Because of how you feel. The Most High set that up for you, man, and know the end of that way of thinking is destruction. Okay. This is Jeremiah 6. I think it's Isaiah 6 I was looking for. Jeremiah 6. is Isaiah 6. And verse 9, it says, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Okay, that means that what? That Israel is seeing it, right? We're out here, we're telling them what's going on, we're breaking it down to them plain, but they can't seem to receive it for whatever reason, whether it's a stumbling block, whether it's emotional, okay? Whether because the Most High has blocked them in some certain way, okay? And it says, make the heart of this people fat, and make their eyes heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed, man. Okay? So that's it. Because if they really fully understand this truth, really they'll have peace of mind. When you really accept the whole scriptures, you get a peace of mind, man. All right. But when you start to I can't get with that part. I'll get with that part. I can't get with that part. How can you have peace of mind, man? All right, you don't have the full breath, man. Okay, and we're trying to make you see that, make you understand that the truth of the matter, but you're not trying to deal with the truth of the matter. You're trying to deal with your emotions or deal with what the society says. But the Most High says also, to love the world is to hate the Most High, to be an enemy of the Most High, roughly paraphrasing. Okay. So we're not with the world. We don't give a damn what the world thinks about it, huh? What the world wants to say. The scriptures say that the world is going to hate you. So why do you care what the world's going to say? If you think that you're a man of the Lord, why do you care what the world has to say? Because the scriptures say that the world is going to hate you. Eventually, the world is going to hate you. The world is going to come up against you. Right? See in Matthew 24. This is